A widow who has terminal cancer believes she contracted the disease through exposure to her husband's asbestos-covered overalls. Joan Reed was diagnosed with mesothelioma, a type of cancer that affects the lining of the lungs and chest wall, and believes it is a result of washing her husband's boiler suit and hugging him every day. Ms. Reed, 72, from Middlesbrough, is now hoping to prove that she has developed the terminal cancer through the exposure of asbestos from her husband, Robert, who worked as a shot blaster for Rigblast Holding Limited. Robert worked for Tees Marine Shot Blasting Company Limited, which later became Rigblast Holding Limited, from around 1985 up until the early 1990s, and would wear a blue boiler suit for work. Once home, Joan would then wash it. Robert would wear the boiler suit for a few days until it became too dirty, and Joan would pick up the suit and fold it on a chair in their bedroom. Robert would even wear the boiler suit while he worked in the garden, as well as when he was sitting and having his tea after a day's work. Joan would always give her husband a kiss and a hug every morning before he left for work, and again when he came home, all while he was wearing his overalls. Robert died in April 2009 from lung cancer and a brain tumor, and Joan instructed asbestos-related disease lawyers at Beecham Peacock after she herself became diagnosed with mesothelioma. She said, "My husband is unfortunately no longer here to give witness evidence about his exposure to asbestos whilst working at Tees Marine Shot Blasting and Rigblast. I am putting out an urgent appeal for anyone who worked with Robert or for these companies, between 1985 to 1992, to get in contact with my solicitors, so that we can try to get justice." Joan has undergone 6 cycles of chemotherapy and is now extremely ill and desperately wants to see justice during her lifetime. Joan is certain that the only exposure to asbestos that she has had is through washing her husband's work clothing. Mesothelioma is an extremely aggressive form of terminal cancer caused by asbestos exposure decades before symptoms develop.